Are you afraid of looking stupid? Are you afraid of looking weak? Both of these fears have come up for me lately. I've been making these videos daily for almost a month now, started April 20th. It's now May 18th. So just about a month. And a big thing that I had to overcome, or I would say I'm still in the process of overcoming, is fear of looking stupid. Because I'm talking, I'm not planning these videos. I'm coming up with just a topic or a premise and then just talking whatever comes to mind. I'm not scripting these or even outlining them. And so I was very afraid of looking stupid. And even before making these videos, that fear kept me from making a lot of content, particularly of myself, because I was afraid of looking stupid. And so I kept trying to figure out what to make videos about, what to make content about, what to write, not just videos, but also tweets and Instagram posts. And I would spend all this time trying to figure it out, doing courses and coaching programs. I spent over $20,000 US on various online business building and social media content courses and coaching programs, and then would spend all this time figuring out brand strategy, personal brand, content strategy, and then like actually spend time with the content. Like I had this came from one of the coaching programs, this Excel spreadsheet, right, which was to make, basically set up to make an idea for a post for an entire year, 365 ideas before even posting one. There was a whole system and everything. So imagine that I spent all this time, and I did this more than once. I did it for more than one type of content or personal brand iteration as I was going through it. I would literally come up with ideas for an entire year and then not make any of them. It was all coming down to, not all coming down to, but one of the things it was coming down to was fear of looking stupid. And if I look stupid, what will happen? I'll be embarrassed. I'll be shamed. I'll be, banished from the internet, right? I'll get thrown off the internet, basically. Not necessarily that I had that thought exactly, because you have to do something. I wasn't going to do anything that would get me thrown off a platform. I wasn't. But that's the underlying fear, right? That get kicked out of the tribe. And I think that everyone has that because we evolved in tribes and we need to be in a tribe to survive. You can survive out in the wilderness alone until modern society. So I think we all have that. I have it to a deeper level because what I uncovered in a hypnotherapy session is that I had a trauma in the first grade where I witnessed a kid being so brutally embarrassed that he left the school and never came back. As a 6-year-old, I internalized the message that if I get really embarrassed, everyone pays attention to me, I'm going to get really embarrassed and I'm going to be banished from the tribe, basically, which means death on an instinctual level. And this definitely, so keeping me from making content is one effect of that, a symptom. Other stuff has just been as far as performing in various ways, giving public speaking or acting and doing improv, which I've stand-up comedy. I think that if I had not had this fear and pursued, well, not had the fear to such a level that it stopped me. I think if I had pursued stand-up comedy heavily since I was young, or even improv comedy, that a lot of things would have gone different in my life. I'm just getting into that really heavily now. I did it for a bit in the US, but I kept getting discouraged. I kept discouraging myself. I kept self-sabotaging. And I would be on the cusp of doing something. Like I would take improv, for example, take improv classes and reach a point where like I could really jump to the next level in terms of performing in a theater or something. And then I would find a way to sabotage it, right, without realizing that's what I was doing. And same thing more recently with the content, like I was saying, And I'm guessing that you might be doing the same, or I see a lot of people doing the same, is they have this idea and desire to make content about something, and the idea being that they're going to build some kind of personal brand or business, or just they have something they really want to say to the world, to other people they think will benefit other people. And but they keep getting in their own way. They keep sabotaging themselves by perfectionism. They got to make it perfect, because if it's not, I'm going to look stupid. I'm going to get embarrassed, right? That fear again of looking stupid. They procrastinate, right? They get distracted. They get too busy with other stuff. Oh, I'm going to have to post, every day and be on social media every day. I don't have time for that, so I'm not going to do it at all. I certainly had that excuse or reason for a long time. And of course, any good excuse is going to be a good excuse, meaning it's going to be legit, real. Like, in other words, you are quite busy. You don't have time to spend on social media all day. So but it has to be good. The self-sabotage has to make sense. It has to be rational somehow, so that you believe it and you allow yourself to be sabotaged. So point being is to become aware of this, that the reason you're not doing it is not because you don't have time, or because it's not the right fit for you, or you don't have the right idea or strategy. The reason is you're afraid, and it's probably something about looking stupid, being embarrassed, people going to judge you and shame you and not like you and throw you out of the tribe. It all boils down to that. And for a lot of people. And I think that applies to content. I think it applies to art, doing any kind of art of any kind, starting your own business of any kind. It applies all of that, because in all these cases, you are putting yourself out there as an individual and as doing something somewhat new, or somewhat that's your thing. It's not part of the tribe, right? It's not getting a job in a tribe, essentially, a company, right? Which groups for us on an instinctual level represent tribes, because that's how we evolved. So a company represents a tribe when you're trying to get into it as a job, or be part of it when you're in it. And I guess the thing here is to realize that one thing is that no one cares as much as you think they do about you. You care, you're thinking of, if you put stuff on the internet and it's not good, you look stupid, everyone, right, is going to clown you and shame you and make fun of you. But actually, no one is going to care, right? When you first start posting stuff on the internet, basically no one sees it. So that's what's helped me in terms of doing these videos every day, is like, no one's really watching, barely anyone's watching. I hope someone's watching. I hope you're watching this. But if you look at my views, not a lot of views, right? Some videos got, I think 0 or 1 view or something, or, right? And if you look at the retention, people are only watching for a couple minutes. So like, most of what I'm recording, I think, is going unwatched, at least at present. Maybe in the future, these will be discovered. But the point being is, the stakes are not as high as you're making them out to be in your head. Not many people are going to watch. And if you are like worried, I think something that holds people back is, they know a lot of people won't see it, but the people that will see it might know them, like, because if they're on an Instagram or a Facebook or whatever, the people that will see it are the people, they might be people that know you, and then you'll be embarrassed in them. So if that is an issue for you, just start a different account. Just do it under a different account where you're not followed by the people that you know personally. So then it takes away those stakes, right? That's a simple fix. But you'll also find that not everyone cares as much as you think. And if the people that personally do shame you for creating content, right, are those really people you want in your life? And sometimes family or coworkers or boss is not exactly something you can control, and for people in your life. But nevertheless, I think you get the point. Is the people you want in your life are the people that are supporting you to do what you want to do and live your best life and contribute to the world and be happy. And so if those are not the people around you, it's time to move. It's time to find a new tribe, as they say. And that can be done online. If you're not able to physically move where you live, you can find a new tribe online, right? So start a new account and interact and comment on people's accounts that you do resonate and that are supportive. We reflect the people that we spend the most time around. Look around you. Are those the people that you want to reflect? Are those the people that you want to be like? And if the answer is no, even if you love them, if the answer is no, if you don't want to be like them, if you don't want to reflect them, spend less time around them, basically. And no time is better, but at least less time. And when I say reflect, not just when I say, this is a common, obviously, piece of advice about being around the people you want to reflect, it's not to say 100% of the individual. So you would trade lives with that person and be exactly like them. But in general, they have traits that you want to reflect, right? And I think the idea is to surround, if you combine all the people you surround yourself with a lot of the time, that you, across all of them, they have all the traits that you want to reflect, right? So you might be, one person has intelligence that you want to reflect, a different person has ambition that you want to reflect, and so on and so forth. So it's like a combination of the people around you that you become. So keep that in mind too. It's not like you only surround yourself with people you want to be like 100%. That would be pretty difficult to do. So wrapping up this video about finding a way to start doing the thing that you're not doing because you're scared of looking stupid, or you're scared of being embarrassed or shamed or judged. Find a way to do it in a low stakes arena and in a low stakes way. So for me, it was just starting to upload these videos onto a YouTube channel that had no followers or whatever, and clearly not getting a lot of views. So it's very low stakes. As you can see, if you're still watching this video, I'm just talking, and it's low stakes because I know very few people will watch it, if any. But now, having done it for a month, I'm getting more comfortable with it, and I'm less scared. If people start, I have a couple videos recently, so this is like after doing 20 plus, that got 200, I think one got 200 something, another got 300 views. That's decent. In fact, that's quite good for a channel that, like I said, is new, has no promotion, and it's just me talking. These aren't even visually very good. Like I don't have good lighting. I don't have an actual light on my face. I turned on an overhead lamp. I don't even know if that's helping. It's probably hurting, but because the back, it's so bright outside there, like it's not even good lit. So I don't even know if people want to like watching this. But the point is that, what was I going to say? Oh, 200 or 300 people. Imagine if you were talking in a room or like a theater or something, and there were 200 or 300 people there listening to your talk. That would be a lot, because of the numbers on the internet that we see people getting millions of views. 200 or 300 is considered shitty, nothing, which is crazy, because that's actually a lot of people. Think about a room full of 200 or 300 people, and they're all watching you talk or perform in some way. That would be a lot of people, right? So the numbers have gone all out of whack because of the internet, but actually a few hundred is a lot. Find a way to do it in a low stakes way. Do it in front of people you don't know, whether that's a new account on the internet or just somewhere in your town where you can do it in front of people that you don't know, whatever your thing is. And when you do things in a low stakes situation, the fear is much lower. It's still present, but it's lower. And then you start to get used to it. It's actually not as bad as you thought it was going to be, and you get the muscle memory of actually doing it. and the skill, you develop the skill of doing it, so you get better at it, which gives you more confidence. And then you can then start to move slowly to higher and higher stakes. You don't have to go to huge stakes right off the bat, but just moving up one step at a time to higher and higher stakes. And before you know it, you'll be doing it in front of big crowds or a big audience or big customer base, on if it's a business, whatever the thing is. But start low stakes and just move up incrementally, and be okay with the fear. It exists on an instinctual level. We don't want to get kicked out of the tribe because we don't want to die. So there's going to be some fear, but if you start low stakes and incrementally work it up, you'll get used to dealing with it and you'll create some great things. So thanks for watching, and tune back in tomorrow for the next video.